Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday Wellness Live. It's 12 o'clock Eastern. So here I am, looking forward to chatting with you today. Gonna wait just for a minute, see who's gonna make it on the live today. Thank you, by the way, for those of you that are able to be here live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for that too. It feels like it's been about 2 months since I went live last, but it's only been a week. So how are you all doing out there? Hi, Lauren. I've been hearing from a lot of you. Thank you to those of you who've been reaching out. You've been telling me that you're feeling a bit powerless, and some of you are feeling really afraid and feeling powerless in these circumstances where, we're being forced to stay home and just wait for this virus to find us. Or, I've heard that some of you are afraid that we're going to be stuck here for a while. And, some of you are really just over this. You're done staying home. Done with missing work, missing your routine, but still fearful that you might be, during your out and about, bringing this virus back into your homes. And I've been posting a lot of things on social media, but also I've been emailing, and most of it's been focused on how to keep your immune system really strong and just feel confident in that. And if you haven't been getting my emails, you can easily sign up for them. I will post a link later. But we're just really living in this time of great uncertainty, and it's stressful. And if we're not careful, I think that we can all too easily become overwhelmed and consumed by anxiety and fear. Hi, Patty. Thanks for being here. So, and then, put the news on top of that, and it's a bit of a recipe for disaster. While the news can be helpful, it can just be really overwhelming. And I think that's why so many of us are really struggling in this moment, this, great transition, trying to find the new normal. And anytime we focus on something that we can't control, hi, Kathy. Anytime we focus on something that we can't control, it causes worry, and it leaves us feeling small and out of control, and afraid. It kind of feels like being a little kid again. But I have a question for you. What if this is your opportunity to step into your power, to finally step into your greatness, and to grow the strength that is necessary for you to feel these emotions that a lot of times we run from? And so for today, I just wanted to focus on some tips to hopefully help you build resilience, optimize your health, and cultivate some joy. How can we find more joy in the midst of these crazy circumstances? So who's with me? If you're with me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a high five emoji. I love the high five emojis. If you want to join me in this journey to empowerment and reduce the amount of anxiety and fear in your daily life, again, just give me a thumbs up. And you know how most people struggle with health issues of some kind. Many of them go to doctor after doctor. All right, Patty's in. Excellent. A lot of people, they're struggling with health issues, health problems, whether it's trouble sleeping, especially right now, overwhelming stress. I know a lot of people are talking about how right now has been very easy to put on some extra weight. But, some of these things we've been dealing with for a while. We go to doctor after doctor, appointment after appointment, looking for answers. We just want answers. And most of the time, we end up leaving appointment after appointment, doctor visit after doctor visit, with a diagnosis and a prescription. rather than an answer to how to address and fix our health issues, rather than those answers that we're looking for. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Kate Motz. I am a functional medicine health coach, and I help people figure out why these health problems are going on and teach them how to get healthy and stay that way. And, like I mentioned, although so many of us are probably dealing with health issues that we'd like answers for, today I just want to focus on reducing a little bit of this chaos in our new way of living. Our mindset, Kathy's saying waking up too early. Yeah, waking up before the sun comes out. I know the feeling. Our mindset is so incredibly important right now. And I would just like to share a couple of the ways that you can potentially keep your mindset in a good place, get it there and keep it there. I learned some of these tips from my mindset coach, Belinda Ginter. So thank you, Belinda, for giving me permission to share these. I just have a couple of them today. And, my goal with these Wednesday Wellness Lives every week is to not only give you some ideas, but my main goal is to inspire you to take action, because it's in taking those actions where we actually see changes and positive things happening in our lives. So take both of these, take one of these, see if you can apply something to your life today to try and reduce the chaos and increase the resilience. So number one tip is to establish some new daily rituals. We've all been practicing some kind of morning ritual, for an example, like we wake up because the alarm wakes us up, or, we just wake up before the sun comes up, like Kathy was saying. We hit snooze, and then eventually we get up, drag ourselves to the kitchen, we grab our coffee, and and this is before this all happened, this was our morning routine. We get ready to leave for the office, we commute to work, go to work, etc. But now our days are very different. They're spent primarily at home, and a lot of us in isolation. And so it's just a very different time. It calls for different measures. It calls for different routines and different rituals. And I'd like to encourage you to be really intentional about your new daily rituals, whether it's a new morning ritual or different rituals that you have all day, but routines are great for us, especially in times like this. Even if you have to set reminders on your phone, my favorite reminder app is called Alarmed. It'll pop up and remind me on a regular basis to do the things that I want to do for myself, remind myself to breathe, for an example. So set reminders on your phone if you need to keep these new rituals that you want to incorporate top of mind. It's like learning new habits. And especially today, I don't know about you, but we really only get to talk to our friends and loved ones by phone or over a video conference like Zoom or something. And it's, the conversations can add to the chaos. It's really easy to get diverted into someone else's crisis on a regular basis. And then we allow that crisis to derail our day and maybe pull us into some not so great habits. So I'm just wondering if any of you have any new daily rituals. It could just be one thing that you're doing differently now that you want to share. And if you have something, I encourage you to put it in the comments. We can all really learn from each other here. One thing that I'm doing differently that I encourage you to try if it resonates with you is, rather than looking at my phone first thing in the morning when I wake up, I'm now sitting quietly just for 5 minutes and just closing my eyes and focusing on my breath. I have 3 kids, and so, sometimes I have to go hide. So if you have kids, I get it. Go hide in the bathroom, go hide wherever you need to hide. But just close your eyes and just focus on your breath, even if it's just for 3 to 5 minutes. And when your mind starts wandering and thinking about the coronavirus and thinking about, what you're going to do all day, or, how many store runs you have to make, etc., just try focusing back on your breath. And if you need to count while you do this, sometimes that's helpful for a lot of people. It's definitely helpful for me. Try box breathing. And it's called box breathing because you could actually, while your eyes are closed, draw a box in front of your face to keep yourself, steady. And so what you do is you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for 4 seconds, and with your lungs empty, you hold for 4 seconds, and then you start over and repeat. And if you can sit quietly for 10 minutes, fabulous. If you can just do it for a few, fabulous. But give it a try. See if that's a better first thing to do first thing in the morning for you instead of reaching for your phone and scrolling through the news. So one thing I do recommend is if you're going to try this and you've never done it before, just do it for a couple of minutes the first time. Because you can get a little winded, a little lightheaded the first couple times you do it. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is try not to dwell on anything that you've lost because of this crazy time that we're in right now. Consider shifting your focus each day on what's new and good, what you can do versus what you can't do, and write these things down. Grab a journal, grab a pad of paper, put it in your notes in your phone. It's super powerful if you actually write it down every day. I like to do this before I go to bed at night. It could be in the form of I'm thankful for, or be in the form of just this is what's new and good today. This is something new that I can do today that I couldn't do before. Try to come up with some new things, some new really good things. Play the what if game. This is actually something nice to do around the dinner table. I know a lot of people are actually having dinner with their families more now than ever. So it's actually a nice dinner conversation. Play the what if game. What if this continues for the next couple of months? What are some of the things that we will be able to do that's better or different in a good way? One thing that I've discovered is that I actually have, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, the gift of time. How many times have you said, I wish I could do that if I just had more time? And I've actually sat, and this is one of the exercises that I did, I sat and calculated how much additional time I have in my daily routine now that I'm not driving kids to school, driving kids home from school, sitting in a parking lot, in a pickup line, carpooling, sports activities, music classes, stuff like that. I have about 2, sometimes to 4 hours, additional hours in my day now to do whatever I want. And so that's pretty cool. I think everyone can be thankful for the gift of time, for having some more time. How many of us say that? If only I had more time. So those are just a couple of things to recap. If you can come up with new daily rituals and embrace them, make sure that there's something that you actually enjoy. I know that there are a lot of, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And, some of that's important. But right now, what do you want to be doing? That's good for you. That's good for your family. What are some of the things that you've said, I didn't have time to do them before, that you want to be doing? And focus on what you can do versus what you can't. One of the things that I do as a functional medicine coach is I help people with lifestyle redesign. So if you're struggling with trying to carve out time to do some of the things that you've really wanted to do, focus on yourself, focus on your health, incorporate some of the things that we've talked about today, reach out to me. I'll also put a link in for my schedule, or I offer complimentary consultations for people who just want to chat and see if I can help. But maybe I can help you come up with some ideas and just acknowledge and focus on the good parts of your new normal, of this new normal. And then new and good ideas will flow in. Kathy says, I start my day upon waking and say thank you and practice gratitude. That's so fantastic. I love that. It sounds so simple, but it's so powerful. I'm sure you'll agree that once you start focusing on what you're thankful for, what you're grateful for, you start to see more of those things come into your day on a regular basis. So thank you, Kathy, for sharing. I appreciate it. And thank you all for being here with me today. I really appreciate you for taking the time to listen and to share. Hey, Mark, thanks for being here. I have more of these ideas. I'm sending them out by email. I don't want to take up too much time here. And so if you'd like to hear from me on a regular basis, please sign up for my emails. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay well. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern.